Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum assalam.
Walaikum assalam. So, Rabia will present the PPT now. I hope. Okay, Alhamdulillah. So, last class we had stopped with stress management. We were doing on stress management last class. So, last class I had given you an activity about mandala. So, let me just give you a recap about what is a mandala. A mandala is basically your sacred circle, and it tells us your story, your creativity, and what you feel about. Drawing mandalas is a form of and it is a form of art therapy that can reduce anxiety, tension, and overall stress. Drawing stimulates creativity and it is a way to release emotional blockage. Children draw mandalas as a way to increase their focus and creativity. So yeah, last class I had told you and I had showed you some examples. Rabia, could you just scroll down to the next slide? Yeah, so I showed you what all mandalas are. They're basically a form of a circle where you fill it out with your own creativity and with your own focus of whatever you want to draw. So yeah, students, so please show me your mandalas, please. Let's see how you have worked on your mandalas. I'm very excited to see all your mandalas. Did you all do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wow, ma'am has made
Can
it.
you see, ma'am?
Ma'am, can you just zoom it? Abida, please start taking screenshots. Would be nice if we see it. Ma'am, can you just bring it closer? Wow, ma'am, nice. That's a great work, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And then anybody else? Oh, Stum 913. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful mandala.
913. Who was that? 913? Name.
Farhana, sir.
Okay,
Farhana.
Farhana.
Okay, Farhana. Then anybody else? Ma'am has made, then Farhana, then anybody else? Abba. Anybody else? Anybody else? Only two
Sania.
of you.
Sania, we have Stum 1, 912, 908. Sania, Dania, you have not done?
Okay, so
Okay,
Farhana
we
and ma'am has
continue.
made mandalas. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for taking it into great this thing and for doing it seriously because we just told it for as a result of stress management to manage your stress and taking it on seriously and actually trying it out and for spending it, a lot of time on it is really helpful. So others who haven't done your mandalas, it's okay. Please try to do it when you are feeling very stressed. It actually helps you a lot. Ma'am, can you just share your experience? And Farhana, can you share your experience? How did you feel while doing the mandala? What did you feel? And how was it? Did it help you all? Farhana, please speak. Unmute yourself.
It make my mind very active. How we
Wow.
creative. We
Very
can
nice. Very.
think and we can it. We can do any creative in that. That's what my experience is.
Okay, okay. Did you feel better? You felt better and nice, right? Alhamdulillah.
Ah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Could you share your experience, ma'am?
Yes,
First of
ma'am.
all,
It is
I must
very
thank you,
nice.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It is very nice to do that mandala, and it makes me focus more. So I focused on to complete that mandala. Wherever the gaps, I am just searching for gaps, and I'm trying to fill in with different
Wow.
kinds of designs. So for that, my thinking capacity also it increased, and then I make it very focused. So my mind
Yeah,
was
yeah.
not scattered anywhere. I was very focused to fill this circle completely. So that I'm lifting again and again. I filled it. So really, I feel very stress
Stress
free
free.
now.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Ma'am, you also wanted to share something, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am. First of all, I would like to say thank you, ma'am. A big thanks to all four of you. In the beginning, it was very difficult, ma'am, because I am very poor at drawing and all. Then after that, it created some curiosity and it made me very happy, ma'am. It really reduced my stress also, ma'am. Thank you so much. Year after
Alhamdulillah, ma'am.
every day, I'll start doing this. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Your mandala is ready, ma'am. Can we see it, ma'am?
I showed you, ma'am, already. It's okay, no problem.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I didn't see it because. Oh wow, it's beautiful. Oh, mashallah. I didn't see it because I was like swiping away and I was looking at Farhana's and mom. I missed seeing yours. Beautiful, mom.
It's okay.
Okay, beautiful, mom. Okay, okay. Really happy that you all took it seriously and you actually put great efforts to do it, mom. Okay, so now let's go to the next slide, Rabia. Please scroll down. Okay, so other helpful tips. What are the other things that we can do for managing our stress is what we are going to see now. Now we first saw meditation techniques, meditation activities, which Fatima had explained last class. Then we saw mandalas. Now there are various tips that can help you manage stress. Now let's see, changing perceptions and expectations. So, what is changing perceptions and expectations? Basically, you change whatever you have about yourself. Suppose you're thinking about something and it is making you very stressed, like very stressful, and it is consuming a lot of your time, it is giving you negative vibes. So, try changing those negative things into positive outcomes, positive perception, and have positive thinking always. Always think positively. That will give you positive vibes and help you a lot. Okay, so this is the first point, changing perceptions and expectations. When you expect less from others and when you expect less from yourself, you will always do more. Don't keep on expecting, no, I should always score good marks. I should always be a very bright student. I should be very smart. I should be this. I should stop expecting. Just leave it. Go with the flow, and you will always find it very wonderful when you come out with your own success rather than when you're doing it by expecting a lot from yourself. Because expectations just keep you putting you down. When you don't meet your expectations, it will put you down. So try not to expect much from yourself and from others. Expect less, and that will keep you happy and satisfied. So that's the first point. Now, second point, break jobs or tasks into manageable parts. What does this mean? This means that if you have a task and if you have a big job to do, break it into smaller ones. Uh, like suppose, for example, okay, let me take the matter of studies. You have an exam coming up and you have 10 chapters. You can't put a plan saying that, oh, I have only one day and have to finish all the 10 chapters today. It is totally not possible and it is all going to go in waste. So when you have a job, when you have a task to be done, divide it. Okay, you have 10 chapters, you have like 5 days, divide it like, okay, this many chapters I'll do today, this much part. So whatever part, I'm not just talking about studies, I'm talking about everything else you have in your life. Try to divide it and break it into smaller chunks. When you have it smaller chunks, when you have it in small parts, it will be easy for you to do the job and you will feel happy. Once you have finished doing a small part of your job, you will feel happy. Oh, Alhamdulillah, I finished this. Oh, I'm satisfied. I finished this. So break the job or task into manageable parts. So that will help you a lot more better. Okay. And the third one is set reasonable or realistic goals. That means what? You can't have big goals. You can have, it's good to dream and it's good to conquer your goals, but your your goals and whatever goals you are setting, it should be very reasonable. It should not be a drastic that you can't something which you can't complete. Now you know you have one day, but within one day you have only 24 hours, and within this 24 hours, like you can only study for maybe 3 to 4 hours, and you can have some physical activities for few hours, and this is how you can set reasonable goals. You can't say, oh, I'm very fat and I have to reduce weight, so today fully 24 hours of today I'm fully going to spend in exercise and physical activity and all that. Obviously that is not possible. So that is not a realistic goal. So realistic goals are something that can be achieved and that will be easy to achieve. For example, you can have like, okay, today I will do 1 hour of physical exercise, 2 to 3 hours of studies, and maybe 1 hour of watching TV, time with family and friends, and that's how you do it. Okay, so set reasonable and realistic goals. Fourth point is avoid procrastination. What is procrastination? Does anybody know the meaning of procrastination? Can anybody tell me? Anybody knows what is procrastination? It
No,
looks
ma'am.
like a big word. Yeah? Anybody?
No, ma'am.
No, okay, fine. It's okay. I'll tell you what is procrastination. Procrastination means now you have your exam coming up. So today is Monday, right? Now you have your exam on Friday. And you're thinking that, oh, I have 3 or 4 more days left. So I will do it slowly. I still have time. I will study. and then you wake up tomorrow, and tomorrow again you think, I have still 2 or 3 more days, I will do it on Thursday. And Thursday comes, finally Friday morning is your exam, and it's Thursday morning, and you're thinking, oh, I have one more entire day. I have Thursday evening, I have Thursday night, and Friday morning I will wake up at 4 and 5, and you're delaying your stuff. You have a plan, you want to study, and you have to study, you know your exam is coming up, but you're putting it back, you're pushing it off, you're trying to escape, you're trying to avoid it. That is known as procrastination. So procrastination is avoiding whatever you have by thinking of an escape mechanism, and you're trying to push it farther. You don't want to do it, but you know you have to do it. Obviously you can't go and write an exam without preparing. So what you're doing, this is called procrastination. So avoid procrastination. If you have set up a goal for today, okay, today I have to study, today I have to play games, today I have to go for a walk, whatever job you have, whatever goals you have set, do it. Try to do it, try to finish it. If you don't finish, you try to keep procrastination, and procrastinating doesn't help you at all. It only what does it do? It only demoralizes you, it only puts you down, it only leads to failure. When you keep procrastinating on a long basis, it only leads to failure. So try not to procrastinate. So now have you understood the meaning of procrastination, uh, Farhana, and other
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
students?
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, okay, Alhamdulillah. Now let's go to the next point. Set boundaries. Again, set boundaries means set goals, set limits, and all that is known as set boundaries. Okay, next point. Don't compromise on your values and beliefs. Don't compromise on your values and beliefs. What does it mean? It means that you have your own values, you have your own beliefs. You know, okay, for example, you're writing an online examination or you're having online classes. You know, you have to be truthful to your teacher. When you're writing an exam, there is nobody around you to invigilate you. There is nobody around you to look at you whether you're copying or you're not copying, or are you being honest. No matter, you know that nobody is watching you. There's no teacher, there is no parent, there's nobody looking at you, there's nobody invigilating you, but you know your own values, you know your own beliefs. Yes, nobody is watching me, but there's someone on top. Our God is watching us. So you should have the fear, and you should be truthful. Study whatever you have studied, and do attempt the paper, and that is what fetches you marks, and that is what is your success. Getting good marks is always not the best thing. See, you know, in life you should understand that not getting full marks is not the success. There are people who scored very less in their school time and college time, and now they're like big people, very successful businessmen, entrepreneurs, and not only success, they're like happy with their life. So like marks is not everything. So like don't do unethical and illegal stuff just to reach up to your goals. Always stick to your values, always stick to your beliefs, whatever your parents, whatever your teachers, whatever they have taught you, to be honest, to be truthful, to be hardworking. There is no shortcut to success. Don't forget that, okay? There is no shortcut to success. You always have to take the right path. See, whenever you have a thing in your life, there are two paths for it, the right and the wrong path. So it is in your hand what to choose, whether you want to choose the right path or whether you want to choose the wrong path. Choosing the right path will obviously give you success, but it might take time, but it's okay. It will help you in the long run. Choosing the wrong path will always lead you to failure at the end. So don't compromise on your values and beliefs. Always be truthful and always follow whatever values and beliefs you carry. And next point is schedule me time. What does that mean? Me time is time for yourself. See, nowadays we are so busy with everything. We are busy with studies. We are busy with our siblings. We are busy doing help for mothers in the kitchen or household work. Busy with our dads and everything. But try to make time for yourself. Time to try to make time for something you love. You like art and craft, you want to do mandala, you want to do breathing, you want to do meditation, you want to do yoga, you want to go out for a walk. Do whatever you want, but for yourself. Allocate some time for yourself. Okay, no matter however busy you are, try to at least spend 1 hour or take out 1 hour from your day just for yourself, just for yourself. So schedule a me time, and do whatever you love. or try to discover your hobbies and work on your hobbies during that me time. It really helps you a lot and helps to reduce stress. And another last point is avoid caffeine. Caffeine is you know what is caffeine, right? It is in your coffee. Anybody who has the habit of having coffee, try to reduce it. Coffee is not good for your health. Instead, you can supplement it with fresh juices and milk if you want. But try to avoid caffeine because it is not good for you in the long run. So these are a few helpful tips that helps you reduce stress. Anybody has any doubts? I hope I was like very good with explanation. I wasn't too fast, I feel. So anybody has any doubts? Farhana and others?
No, ma'am.
Anybody?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No
I
doubt.
don't have any
Okay.
doubts.
No, ma'am.
Okay,
No,
all
ma'am.
clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, Alhamdulillah, good. So let's move on to the next slide, and I think Rabia will take over, right? Yeah. Benefits of stress management will be done by Rabia.
Okay. So let me tell you what are the benefits of stress management. Once you know how to manage your stress and you bring down your levels of stress to a minimum level, your physical health will get better. Physically you might be facing many problems. You might not have energy or stamina to do your stuff and all. So your physical health will get better once you have less stress. What are your physical health problems? You will be having headaches. You will not be able to sleep. Stress headaches or tension headaches cause it so once you manage stress, your tension and all, you will have less headaches. Emotions will be stabilized. You will have a positive attitudes towards yourself and the things which is happening in your surroundings. You will be very hopeful and happier. What is hopeful? See, when you fail an exam, you will be feeling very low about yourself and you will be stressed about it. But once when you think that exam is not the very ultimate goal of your life, and only the marks in your paper sheet will not fetch you, maximum happiness, you will feel better about yourself and you will be like, yeah, I have many opportunities to come in which I'll be doing it much better than this. So you'll be hopeful and you will feel happy also. Yeah, there are many opportunities which I will be getting in my life, and I'll make sure to ace them. Ability to focus will be improved. When you are stressed, you will not feel to do any work, you will not be willing to do any work. But once you manage your stress, the ability to focus will be improved. You will be able to do much better in your exams. You'll be able to read, revise everything, able to learn and achieve things. That's what I wanted to say. So these are the benefits of stress. The next is facts about stress will be taken by Abida.
Yes, Rabia. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Am I clear? Is my voice
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Okay. So, yeah, Rabia told benefits about stress, and now I'll be talking about a few facts, actually, few biological facts I can say about stress. So, before that, very good evening to everybody. Is your day, how was your day today? How was today for everybody?
Very well, ma'am.
It was good. Okay, had
Very
a
good,
lunch.
ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes,
Had
ma'am.
lunch.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we'll not waste any more time, and I'll just go with what is there in the slide. So our brain fires. It is actually a little complicated. I'll just tell this, and I'll try to include some more other facts about it also. So our brain fires electrical waves at 14 or more cycles a second. So when you are stressed, or when when something is just rapidly coming to your mind and you're not at all feeling well and all, well in the sense mentally well, that is you're stressed about something or the other, your brain's energy is wasted very much. I have mentioned in some before presentations, and our brain is the organ which feeds most of the energy of our body. So when you're stressed, it is actually more, it takes more energy. It takes the electrical waves, which are how the brain communicates. It is 14 or more cycles a second, which is actually not good for your body. And if you take a few seconds to relax when you're stressed, by how Rabia and Fatima earlier mentioned, if you try to reduce that stress, you can slowly bring your brain waves to normal. Okay. And the faster there are two kinds of waves which our brain emits, that is alpha and beta waves. The slower waves are called alpha waves, and the faster waves are called beta waves. So when you are at a stress, high levels of beta waves are produced by your brain. And what happens is that beta waves are it helps you to complete your task, but you can't learn anything. When you're stressed, you can actually, if you have an assignment or something and you're stressed about that, you can actually complete that assignment, but there is nothing you can learn from that. So it is because of the beta waves only you're not actually able to learn anything. Only alpha waves improves your learning. It only improves your learning, and that is produced more when you are actually not stressed and your body is in a balanced level. Okay. This is how what happens to your brain when you're stressed. And some other facts I can say about stress is stress kills brain cells. So there are many at each and every minute there are new cells produced in our body, right? We all have learned that in the biology. So what happens when you're stressed is that it kills many brain cells. Your brain cells is being killed when you are stressed. And it also affects your immune system. It is said that a person is most likely to get a disease, like twice likely to get a disease when stressed. When you're stressed the whole day, or when you're stressed for the whole week, you're more likely to get a disease. You're more prone to a disease, and that is because your immune system is affected when you're stressed. Because of the adrenaline rush through your blood and all, your immune system is affected. And stress also leads to depression, anxiety, and other psychiatric disorders. When you're stressed, is the first stepping stone to depression and other anxiety and psychiatric disorders. It also gives you more often, or more frequent suicidal thoughts also. When you're stressed above an average limit, it gives you all these problems. And also, it makes you feel jittery in the sense you'll feel restless, you'll not have contentment in anything, you'll not like yourself. So it makes you feel jittery and restless. And it has an imbalanced hormonal response also. Not only adrenaline, it also affects the other hormones which are which are essential for the body's proper maintenance and function. So it gives a hormonal imbalance to your body, that only leads to many problems like aging problem is one of the main problems, which is about stress. A person might be 25 or something, but they might get gray hairs, and they might get wrinkled skin, all because of stress, nothing else. They'll be so stressed about life, about family and everything, they don't have time to look upon about themselves, and they get all these aging problems and the hormonal imbalance, which also causes pimples and many other stuff. And it also disrupts your circadian rhythms. Anybody knows what is circadian rhythm, students? Hello.
No, ma'am.
Okay, that is a biological clock. We can also say that is a biological clock which is present in our body. Circadian rhythm is that, like morning, night you have to go to sleep. Morning at this time you have to wake up. This time you feel hungry. You have all that scheduled things going on in your body, right? That you might not be voluntarily controlling it. It happens when it has to happen. like at a particular time at night you'll feel sleepy, and particular time at morning you'll wake up, and all those stuffs are controlled by the circadian rhythm. And when you're overstressed, all these are disrupted, or the circa, like that is the main reason why you don't get sleep when you're stressed. Your sleep cycles, which is a part of the circadian rhythm, gets affected, and lot more. And I've also mentioned aging problems and digestive problems. Yeah, you, when you're stressed, most of us don't feel like eating, and when you're eaten also, we feel that our food is not being digested, or we feel stomachache and all those stuff. There is a lot of digesting problems which is going on in our body when we feel stressed. So and concentration problems, if something is lurking in your mind continuously for a day or two, you don't feel like concentrating in your work. Whatever your teacher is teaching or whatever your parents are telling, nothing goes and stays in your mind. It just enters and it just gets out. That is because of the stress. You will not be able to concentrate in something for a long time if you're stressed, and if your mind is constantly trying to tackle that thought which is stressing you out. And these all happen. So what is the best thing to do to avoid all these problems? These are not, I don't think these are minute problems. They are actually major problems which can take a great toll in your body and your mind. So to avoid that, better try to feel relaxed, try to let go the thoughts which are bothering you, and try to be healthy. Or if you're not able to handle this, tell to somebody who really cares about you. Talk to your mother, father, or if even your teacher, so that you get a bit relaxed. Talking to someone else or asking help is nothing wrong or nothing shameful. It is not shameful, it is absolutely all right. Everybody has a point when you have to ask for help. So if you are in that situation, please ask for help. And yeah, that's it. As the time is really low, that's about it. And if you have some queries or questions, you can go ahead. We'll be playing another video and try to wind the session as soon as possible. Okay, I'll take the next slide. No, Rabia?
Abida, you wanted the next slide, or are we
No, you
presenting
can
the
go
video?
ahead with the video, and if we have time, we'll just finish it.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Aisha, can you share the feedback link here, no?
Yes, okay. So everybody, I'm just sharing the feedback link here in the chat box. So whoever hasn't completed the feedback link, I request all of you to do it right now. We'll just give it 2 to 3 minutes. So it would be nice. And anybody, if you want to do the feedback again, you can also do it again. If you want to add more or if you want to say something else, suggestions, please do it right now. We'll wait. So please click on the link. Students who have joined today and who weren't there before, and teachers and staff members, anybody who hasn't done the feedback, please click on the link right now and please submit the link, fill up the form, and it would be helpful if you do it right away. We will wait. Is anybody doing it?
Yes, ma'am, we are doing.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so I think some of you are still doing it. Till then, can anybody give me a small recap of whatever you have learned today? And one more thing I wanted to add about the mandalas thing. Everybody has made it very beautifully. You can add your own colors and make it even more colorful. That can be more helpful also. So try it out. And can anybody has any doubts or wants to ask anything related to today's topic, stress management? Please come
No,
forward.
ma'am.
No, okay. What about Farhana, Danish, other
No,
students?
ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Can anybody? Yes, yes.
There is something left to say, I guess.
Yeah.
The
Okay. Yeah. Please
keyword.
add on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll finish it quickly and I'll give the thing to you. Okay. So, what is the key? What do you think is the key word to stay healthy, stress free, and all? Anybody is having any guesses about that? Okay, it is balance. Try to keep everything in a balanced form in your life. If it is happiness or if it is misery or stress, everything. Try to balance all your thoughts, all your actions, and your life will be really fruitful and it will be really happy. So balance is the key word. Balance is everything. It is your it it decides your success, it decides your failure, it decides your happiness in life, it decides your progress, and it decides how stressed you are or how stress free you are. So keep your thoughts in balance. If you think some thought is disturbing you a lot, let it go. Don't just carry it all the way you or everywhere you go. Just let it go and try to take more positive vibes in you. So try to be balanced and keep that word in your mind. That is the key word to many of the problems in your life. Actually helps you to tackle many of the problems in your life. So I think the time is over, and within 2 minutes we'll have our sessions
Yes,
completed. So,
ma'am.
Aisha, if you want to add something, you can go ahead.
Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. The time has got out.
Yeah, we are done, ma'am.
Okay,
It's
ma'am.
all we wanted to say today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hope you all understood whatever we said.
Yeah.
Hope you all done the
And
feedback also.
we have sent one link in the chat box. Please click on the link and see. There are some beautiful meditation exercises also. So when you find time, please click on the link. Save the link in your phone and then check on it. Okay. So